watching The Sports Spin, presented by Uintah Basin Healthcare. Health and healing, every person, every time.
Welcome to The Sports Spin, your weekly dose of sports action, presented by Uintah Basin Healthcare. I'm John Nurden. I watch the games, I call the games, and now I spin the games. Let's get into the week rewind. So last week we had a bunch of games. This first one is Layton Christian versus Duchesne. We had Brett Brooks and Brandon Johnson were there, and let's take a look at what they had to say.
We are here in Duchesne to wrap this game up. We had a good game tonight. Layton Christian Eagles came from Layton, and we had Duchesne, here on home field on senior night, get it done. 37-7. They got a lot of things done on the offense that they wanted to do. Cowan wanted to run the ball and control the clock and control this game and not make any mistakes, and I think that's what he did, and you could just see it on the field that they were a more prepared team.
No, great leadership out of Spencer at the QB position for Duchesne, and then Polson, another key weapon for Duchesne, dominated all night. Another key guy was Ford, doing awesome job on all of his runs and defensively. Then you had another guy, Mortensen, doing things. You jump on to the Layton Christian side, you got Mofo. I apologize on the pronunciation of that. They had a couple of Australians on that side, but never could quite really string together. They're a running team, couldn't put things together, and Duchesne did a great job tonight to finish them off.
Yeah, Layton Christian, they had a good game plan. They just couldn't string first downs together, and they just couldn't get what they wanted to do done. And credit Duchesne because they were ready for it. They weren't getting many yards per carry. Dustin Moffo, big running back, 1,000-yard rusher for the season, just wasn't getting what he wanted. But he had a really great game on the defense, made a ton of tackles, big plays, stripped a ball, got it fumble recovery. And then on the Duchesne side, we talked about the player of the game, Gavin Davis, had an incredible game for Duchesne tonight with a big bomb from Jarrett Spencer, catching a touchdown, and also with a wide receiver reverse touchdown. So we gave it to him, to the player of the game. So I was really pleased with the preparation that Cowan had his team prepared for this game, from the start to finish, running the ball, just doing everything they wanted to do and get it accomplished.
Hey, big shout out to Kel Skews tonight, too, little man for Duchesne, bringing the boom down tonight.
Laying the wood, man.
So hopefully we'll catch him on some monster replays, but I had a great night tonight, Brandon.
Yeah, just a great atmosphere under the lights. Friday night football, playoff action, regional championship. Duchesne gets the win. And we're going to wrap it up from there, and good luck to Duchesne and Layton Christian in the future.
Well, that was a great wrap-up. Thanks, you guys. I was able to attend the Salem Hills at Uintah game last week, and it was a rough game, but let's take a look at some of the highlights.
All right, so wrapping this game up, the Utes came out, worked pretty hard the first set of downs. They moved the ball up the field, got to the red zone, and got shut down by Salem Hills. Salem Hills came back, same thing. The Utes shut them down. And then it was all Salem Hills from there. Salem Hills just rolled through. They got a great running back in Brooke Matui, I don't know how to say his name, but he did a pretty dang good job of bouncing off would-be tacklers and just making it into the end zone a couple times. And then after the first half, the Utes just never could come back. Got to the mercy rule. And then finally, Kyle Henderson, after a couple of big runs, had an opportunity and got a touchdown. Finished off his career pretty good. And tough season for the Utes this year, but we like the effort. Nothing wrong with effort, and nice finish. We'll see you next time.
Well, so tough season for the Utes, but we'll go get them next year. So let's listen to Merlin Rasmussen call the highlights from Altamont's win versus Rich.
High formation once again for the Longhorns. Hansen short motion this time. Give to Foy. Foy breaks another tackle. He's gone. He could go, and I don't think the Rebels will catch him. Foy is going to be in for a touchdown, a 59-yard touchdown run. Brings them up to the line. Second down and goal from the 3. And it's going to be a give to Clark. He's into the end zone for a touchdown. Sheets at the fullback position. Rust with a toss to Foy. Foy's going to try a sweep on the right side. He's across the line. He's got 5. He's got 10. Make it 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and a 50-yard touchdown run for McKay Foy. Anderson with the give to the second back through. No, he's going to throw a play-action pass. It's defended pretty well, but a nice catch there. And Anderson will give to Clark, and why not? He's in for his second touchdown. And Russell Mitchell now in at fullback. They will give to Foy. Foy tries the right side. He's going to have another first down. He cuts back. He could go. He's got one man to beat, and he will beat him. So for the third time tonight, McKay Foy with a long touchdown right run to the Longhorn right side, this time for 49 yards.
So Altamont and Foy had a great night. Foy with 3 touchdowns, nice big long 50-yarder. Well done, Altamont, a good season. Mark Winterton was able to catch up with Coach Labrum after the Union win versus North St. Pete. Let's have a look.
Well, in the last home game of the season and actually last game on this field, the Union Cougars get a big win against North St. Pete in the first round of the playoffs, 42-20. Standing here with Coach Labrum, who is definitely more handsome in person. And how does that feel? I mean, obviously it feels good, but come on, really share your emotion, Coach.
To be handsome or the win? Which one? You know what? It's just exciting. I'm excited for these young men. They've busted their butts for a long time, and to be able to have a payoff like this and to extend our season and go 1-0 this week. We told them, you know, the playoffs come, everybody's 0-0, and you got to go win the game to extend the season. So I'm proud of them.
You guys came out. You had, I think, 5 turnovers in the game. You won the turnover ratio, and of course that showed at the end of the game, 42-20. I'm guessing now I'm thinking of next week. What are your thoughts now on going into next week?
Well, I want to think about this one a little bit longer, but you know, our defense played well to give us 5 extra possessions. To be able to put the points on the board. North St. Pete did a good job. They're big. They're they're tough up front. Do a good job. And I was just pleased to watch our kids progress and see the things that needed to happen with whatever defense they were running. I thought our kids made some good adjustments.
The Maze at the Water Hollow Ranch always sponsors a player of the game. We chose Chase Birchall. Chase making some huge plays in the game. Just your thoughts on his play and, of course, some of the other key defensive plays.
You know what? That's a great choice, and I think you can choose a bunch of guys. Every night we have guys show up. I think you can choose our offensive line a lot of times and our defensive line. Those guys work their guts out down in the trenches and provide the opportunities for the skill guys to get the touchdowns and take care of those. Chase Birchall has been great. He's a playmaker. And that's why we try to get him the ball as much as we can and let him be able to make plays, and he was able to make some plays tonight.
Well, I am going to let you felt good now and long enough. Let's talk about next week. You're going in, taking on Juab in Nephi next Friday. You've had a little bit of history with Juab.
Yeah, it seems like we've played them about 8 times in the last 4 years. Coach Bowering and I are really good friends from college, and he does a great job with his program. They've got a great culture there with their football program, and that's something that we need to emulate, and we need to be better and do those things. But right now, let these kids enjoy this. But as coaches, we'll start getting ready, and they're a tough team, and so. But we're ready for the challenge, and I would take this group anywhere and against anybody, and we'll go to battle against anyone.
Well, congratulations, not in only tonight's win, but also in the way that not how the kids perform on the field, but how they've performed off the field in the kind of character that you've built in these young men.
Well, you're kind. You know what? These young men they're awesome, and we all make mistakes, and we have our things, and we all have things that we need to grow from and learn from. And I just appreciate the opportunity to be a part of this program, a part of this community, and to be around these young men. They teach me a lot of things, every week, every day, and this coaching staff is phenomenal. So I'm grateful for that opportunity.
Well, again, thank you, Coach Labrum of Union High School football, as they come away with a big win. Again, congratulations, 42-20 over North St. Pete, and they'll advance in the playoffs. That's next Friday. And Thanks again, and congratulations, man. Feel good.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm out.
Great interview, great season for Union, not done yet. We're going to take a quick look ahead now. Friday, October 27th this week, we've got 2 games coming up. Union versus GUAB. We talked a little bit about that there with Mark and Coach Labrum. That game will be played at 4 p.m. and VTV will have it covered. You'll at least see the stream of it. And then Duchesne versus Monticello at 4 p.m. Also, you'll be able to watch that game on VTV's great coverage. And hey, we'll be right back with the Sports Spin presented by Uintah Basin Healthcare.
I'm Amanda Hartman. I'm the new Director of Nursing here at the Villa. Here at the Villa, it's far more than a nurse-patient relationship. You truly are like a family. We have a community here, we have neighborhoods within our community, and we create lasting relationships that mirror that of our own families.
We're kind of just one big family because we're their sole providers, and we spend a lot of time with each and every resident. Even our rehab patients are here for months at a time, so we really create a family-like environment with them also.
It's not about the miles you take when you're driving, but the milestones you see when you get to where you're going. When you graduate high school, buy your first car, get married, start a family, find your first home, and grow old together. Let each mile bring you closer to the moments that matter. L&L Motor. People you know, people who care.
Welcome back to the Sports Spin, presented by Uintah Basin Healthcare. Now it's time for the L&L Monster Replays. Well, so again, we're back here with a winner, AJ Foy. 80% of the vote, he has the play, and we just called this one Foy. Pretty much what he does. Nice job, Foy. Moving on to the next play. This one's called Moving the Chains. So Uintah, their quarterback, got a nice run in here. Kyle Henderson. And he just puts on yards and moves the chains about 40 yards. So good for Kyle, good finish to his career. You know, he had a good final game. And the Utes put in a tough effort this season. Lost a few close ones, lost a few tough ones, and won a game or two. Or one. All right, this one's called Wide Open. Union with a TD pass. And you see this rifle coming out of the quarterback's hand to a wide open receiver. Roar is his name, number 17. He does a great job. Catch the ball, turns, and nobody's within even 5 yards at the most. Well done, Union. Well done, everybody. Hey, Union, Uintah, and Altamont, get out, vote. Duchesne, you can go ahead and vote for anybody you want this week. So go like VTV on Facebook and follow the Sports Spin on Twitter to vote for your favorite L&L Monster Replays. Thanks for watching the Sports Spin, presented by Uintah Basin Healthcare. Health and healing every time, every person, every time. We'll see you next week.